What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Bets on Bets on Bets, Off the Ball Network's premier gambling show on Sunday mornings. We get you ready for the NFL Sunday from a gambling perspective. I'm your host of the show, Kenneth Cotterill from the Shooter Shoot Basketball Podcast. I'm also joined by my co-host, Pat, from the Say It Out Loud Sports Podcast. Pat, how you doing today?
What's going on, man? Long night. We had the fights last night.
What did you think of the card as a whole last night?
I thought it lived up to its kind of billing. I know obviously Justin Gaethje and Chandler was a wild fight to start the main card, and then Kamaru and Colby lived up to, I thought, the potential. I think it wasn't as good as the first fight, but I thought it was pretty good. Overall night was good. There were some solid fights.
Yeah, it looked really good just from the outside perspective. Anytime Twitter's really blowing up about a fight, you know that it had to be something really good. And that Gaethje fight is one that I'm going to have to go back and watch. So,
yeah, 100%.
Before we get into today's episode, we got a new sponsor for Bets on Bets on Bets. That is Built Bar. Built Bar is the newest sponsor of the Off the Ball Network. If your kids find out how good these are, you're going to have to buy more. They're great flavors such as cookies and cream, strawberry and peanut butter brownie. Built Bar also now has a mystery flavor. If you guess the flavor correctly, you can win a prize. Use promo code Off the Ball at checkout. It'll get you 10% off. I just ordered some Built Bar stuff last week that just came in on Friday, so super quick shipping as well. Really looking forward to trying their stuff. So check out Built Bar at builtbar.com and use promo code Off the Ball when you check out. So we had a good week last week. I mean, both 2-1. You keep getting that 2-1 for every week, it seems. So
so frustrating. I keep going 2-0 too. It's not like I go 1-1. It's always 2-0, and then I have one game left, and it just never comes through for me.
We got to get that clean sweep right away here. Overall units wise, we're into the double digits now at plus 10.44 units. That guest pick is also still in the positive as well. So overall, we're giving you winners every week. Outside of Pat's week one, I mean, he's been on absolute fire. He's 15-6 since week one. So definitely he's the guy to tail right now. So, Pat, you're up first. What's your first bet for NFL Sunday?
Hold on. Sorry, I'm moving around a little bit.
No, it's
all right. Good. Let's go. I'm going Packers plus 7. I know Rodgers is out. Obviously, that's the big news. Jordan Love, we'll see what happens, but I think they're just going to run. The Chiefs defense, I mean, they'll run and they'll throw a little bit, but it's going to be an Austin Dillon and Aaron Jones type day. Sprinkle in some Love's play action passes, and I think the Chiefs defense does not scare anybody. We've seen that. They just beat the Giants by 3. So, I mean, like, Packers, even with Love in the lineup, their defense has been keeping them in games. So, I just think that's a slam dunk play. You get a full touchdown. I think the Packers could win outright, and I'll probably have money line on some of my bets. And but for the sake of trying to get W's, I'll take the 7 points here. I think the Packers get it done. Like, pretty. I think it's a tight game pretty much the whole way through, and then a field goal game either way.
Yeah, that's one that I really like this week as well. As you said, full touchdown for a Chiefs team that just hasn't looked good. We saw them on Monday night. The fact that it was a 3-point game with the Giants is really telling. Not only that, they were at home for that game as well, and it just seems like they figured out the gimmicky plays that Andy Reid's trying to run all the time, and defenses have been able to adjust. So overall, I like it, and I don't think Jordan Love's that bad. I mean, we had Aaron at Off the Ball Network write a great article this week about this is like Jordan Love's audition tape for the Packers. They drafted him for a reason a couple years ago to play behind Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers obviously having COVID now. He gets the opportunity this week, so I think he takes advantage of it. I like what you said about the sprinkling in the money line because I think they could win outright in this game. The Chiefs defense, they haven't been good this year, so I don't know why they gave them the full touchdown here. I feel like a lot of people will be jumping on that Green Bay plus 7 today.
Yeah, look at last week. I mean, I know they had Rodgers, but they were missing what their number one receiver is, Randall Cobb. They missed Devontae Adams. They had Robert Tonyan's out, but I mean, I think it's just next man up. The Packers defense has been keeping them in games, and that's kind of been the story. They haven't been exploding offensively, so it's not like Rodgers was going out throwing for 450 yards like in years past. It was more of a run game centered especially last week against the Cardinals. They had
Definitely
30-something rush attempts between the two running backs. So we'll see.
And that's why my first play of the day is actually Aaron Jones anytime touchdown today. It's minus 105 in a game against the Chiefs defense that is not very good. They haven't stopped the run very well this year either. I just think overall near plus money for a running back of Aaron Jones quality. He's going to get in the end zone at some time today. I don't know whether it's going to be off of a play action pass or whether he's just going to punch it in near the goal line. But I just think if anyone's getting a touchdown today for that Packers offense, it's got to be Aaron Jones. He's played really well this year. And at minus 105, I think that's Vegas a little bit concerned about Jordan Love and whether they're just going to try and bottle up Aaron Jones. But I think he's going to do a good enough job to spread the field and open up some lanes for Aaron Jones. So I got Jones there. What do you think of the pick?
Yeah, I mean, I like the Packers. I think they're going to run a lot. So I think that's, at minus 105 or plus, either way, minus 105 plus 105. It's even money. Someone's going to score touchdowns for the Packers. If I had to pick, it's going to be Adams, Jones, and Dillon. Those are the three guys that you would bet. And I think they scored at least probably 3-4 touchdowns, 2 or 3 at minimum. So I think it's a good bet.
For sure. So what's your second bet for today?
The next two are just kind of, pray to the football gods. They don't kind of make sense to a lot of people, but I'm rolling with it. I'm going Browns plus 2. I know they're in turmoil because of the whole OBJ, Baker Mayfield, OBJ's dad saga. But they're not playing great right now. But if you look at last year, they didn't have OBJ. They made it to the second round of the playoffs. They lost the Chiefs, or if that was wild card, I don't remember. But this team has talent on the field still. Baker may not be the best quarterback in the league, may not be the 15th best quarterback in the league, but they've proven they can win with him at quarterback. They need to run the ball. Obviously, Chubb's back, Hunt's still out, but I think they kind of rally the troops, and they're playing the Bengals. I don't buy the Bengals defense. I've been saying this all year. Last week, they got exposed by Mike White. Everybody's on the Bengals thinking they're going to rebound, but after you lose to the Jets, the Titans rebounded pretty nicely. They've reeled off some good wins, but Bengals are young. I think they try to throw it a lot. I think Cleveland's defense has to step up, and I think they have the talent on that side of the ball. Myles Garrett can go on and make some big plays. Denzel Ward. They have the ability to make big plays on defense, and this is kind of a really big game for them if they want to stay in the, especially a division race, but even playoff race. The AFC, it's kind of locked up right there in the 5, 6, 7 seeds, so they need to win today, and I think they get it done.
Yeah, I think they do too. I'm on the train with you as well on this Browns pick. I even have Browns money line that I wrote in my article earlier this week. The big difference, like you talked about the Bengals defense, last week Baker struggled because Pittsburgh was able to get to the quarterback. They were able to pressure him throughout the game. I don't see that pass rush here for the Bengals, and I think you give Baker a little bit more time. I think he's going to deliver today. I'm not a big fan of Baker Mayfield, but I think he can do just enough today. The defense can do enough. Nick Chubb, obviously, the running back there, he's going to have a big day as well. So overall, I'm just on the Browns today because I don't think the Bengals are for real. I think they had a couple wins early in the year that we thought were really good, like when they beat Minnesota, but then we've seen Minnesota struggle this year. So overall, I just think that the Bengals are a little bit of frauds as far as their record goes, and I think they're going to come down to earth, especially in a game that the Browns need to win, as you said. So I'm on that one as well. My second one for today, CMC anytime touchdown, minus 120 today. I think this is the only time when Christian McCaffrey's healthy that you could ever get this line. I think the big reason why is because they think that he's going to be a little bit rusty coming off the injury. They're playing a New England team where their defense has been pretty solid. They're coming off a big win against the Chargers. I actually like Carolina outright today. I know a lot of people are on the Patriots train, but I actually like Carolina outright. And I think that this offense is completely different when Christian McCaffrey's in the lineup. They're going to try and get him the ball as much as possible. A lot of dump offs and a lot of running plays. So overall, at minus 120 for, a guy that's coming off injury, but a guy that they're going to use right away in a pivotal game for Carolina today. This was my number one game of the week in my article at offtheballnetwork.com because this game means so much for both of these teams. If New England wins, puts them right in the thick of the AFC playoff hunt. If Carolina wins and maybe something happens in New Orleans, then they're right back in there, especially in their own division. So overall, I like the bet for CMC. What do you think of it?
I mean, I don't know. The injury scares me. He's coming back. I don't know how the usage rate's going to be. I don't think they would have brought him back if they're not going to use him, but the Patriots defense is tough too. And at minus 120, I like the Panthers to win it for the reason of their defense. I think their defense is lights out. They just added Gilmore. I think Mac Jones is going to struggle. I can see this game being like 13-10. So I'd rather go with Carolina +4 than McCaffrey, but I'll be rooting for him.
Yeah. The thing about it too is that I've noticed with this offense, I mean, we know Robbie Anderson has struggled. DJ Moore hasn't gotten in the end zone in a little bit here. So overall, I just think CMC, even if it is that 13-10 game, I'm banking on him being that guy that gets in the end zone for them. Because I think any other week, if Christian McCaffrey's healthy, this line's like minus 150, minus 160, like how it is with all the other top running backs. Like you get that with Kamara, you get that with Dalvin Cook every week. So that's why I like the value this week at the minus 120. And I think, as you said, they weren't going to use him they're going to use him if they activated him. So that's why I like the bet overall.
That makes sense.
What's your last one today?
And this was the one I was really talking about. I'm taking the Giants +3. They're playing the Raiders. Obviously, the Raiders situation, even though they've somehow keep winning, even after like the John Gruden thing, they've rallied. But the Giants, basically, this pick is fake. I'm jumping on with Vegas because 90% of the money's on the Raiders. So whenever that happens, that's like a huge red flag. Is 90%. Like if there's 90% of the money, either the Giants are going to lose by 30 or they're going to win outright. That's kind of how I feel about this game. They've played better. I think Kadarius Toney can make some big plays. Their defense isn't terrible. They just played the Chiefs pretty good, even though, like, if we said that at the end of last year, we'd be like, that's crazy. But the Chiefs aren't looking great. But I don't know. I just have this gut feeling that the Raiders finally just have a flat game and the Giants come out and just get the W. Not real analytical on this one. Just kind of closing my eyes, pointing at it and saying that's the one.
I like this Giants line too. As you said, like Vegas has had a pretty big distraction this week with everything that happened with the Ruggs situation. I think they're a little bit distracted. They're going to have to now travel to New York to play this game. I mean, overall, I agree with you. I think everyone's jumping on Vegas because they see their record. They think that the Giants are really bad. And I just think that, yeah, could I see the Giants losing like 28-3? Sure. But could I also see them winning this game like a grinded out like 17-14 type game? I definitely could. So I do like the value of Giants +3 in this game overall. So I'm with you on this one. And then my last one is Myles Gaskin, anytime touchdown at -120. This is like your Giants pick. This is the one for me where I'm just like, the Texans are awful. I know they have Tyrod today, but overall, I just think that this Texans defense is really bad. I think Gaskin's going to find a way to get in the end zone today. I'm not high on Tua, and I'm not that high on Miami overall. So I've got Gaskin anytime touchdown at -120. What do you think of it?
I'll be like 2 or 3 because I'm starting in fantasy. So I agree with the pick for sure. I think it's terrible. Miami has to be better than 1-7. There's no way this is remarkable from last year. What are they doing? What's happening? This is a mysterious team to me. I'm like, okay, good last year. Now you just absolutely stink. I think this is the game. I almost took Miami -7. I think they could win by, I think they could have a big game. Tyrod's back, though. That's the only reason I didn't take Miami. I think Tyrod's a really underrated quarterback. But, yeah, as far as the Gaskin goes, let's do like 3. Let's just get them all in the first half.
I also have Gaskin in my FanDuel lineup today. So, yeah, I'm all for, like, Gaskin 2 or 3 touchdowns. This could be me just being hopeful having Gaskin. But, I mean, the value on him this week on FanDuel was, like, $6,100. Like,
I'll have him in all my lineups today.
Yeah, like I just think overall, if he is going to have a really good game, you're playing the Texans, like just go out and do it, and Miami should pick up a win here today. Tyrod playing, yeah, that concerns me. That's why I didn't like to look at the over-under or even the spread overall because the money line, there really was no money line there value-wise. So, Pat, this is a lot of fun as always on Sundays. Go and check out his show, Say It Out Loud Sports. Check out my show, Shoot or Shoot Basketball Pod. We're actually going live in just over an hour here. And then check out all of the great articles over at offtheballnetwork.com. We've got a lot of betting articles there. Golf betting article isn't great this week overall, but we might be able to scramble out a couple wins here to get close to even. And then Pat's UFC bets. How'd the UFC bets go last night?
Not great. I did hit my favorite one, the Rose by decision. That was 3-1. So I haven't done the math on it. I think we lost a couple units, but it wasn't I got that one, so it wasn't like a full tragedy.
For sure. And that's actually what I'm riding with in the golf betting side, because I've got Hovland over Justin Thomas today. That one was plus value. I had some additional value on it. He's leading the tournament, but JT's only 3 back. So just hoping that Hovland can hold on. He did win this tournament last year. So hopefully he guts it out for back-to-back wins. But check us out next Sunday here for Bets on Bets on Bets, giving you winners every single week on Off the Ball Network's premier gambling show. And we'll see you next